Partners. Hope you're doing spectacular today. As everyone's coming in, glad to have you today on YouTube and on Zoom. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Got my Bank Breezy hat on, representing the Bank Breezy funding platform that DAC and Bank Breezy launched, and what a fabulous platform it is for all of you and for us. And it simplifies the onboarding process for all your clients. Okay, we got some updates for you. And Wade Cordell, as you know, is on vacation this week. So I'm covering the Bank Breezy funding section today. Want you to know the Select Funding, which just launched, is now live on your DAC website. You guys have it first before anyone else. You've got it. It is now live. So congratulations. Congratulations to all of you who've got that and have already been offering it. It's very, very attractive. If you're new to DAC, welcome. If this is your first Bank Breezy funding podcast, if you will, today we do this every week. Keep in mind, this is not a training. This is pro tips. The training is in your Agent Resource Center under Business Funding Basic Training. It's about an hour-long video, maybe an hour and a half. Covers everything you need to know about all of our funding, as well as how to approach clients, etc. It will not have anything on the Select Funding, which just launched last week. Your website just went live yesterday. It is now live. How do you get there? davidallencapital.com/select-funding/your ID number. So as it is the case with all of our replicated websites, all you have to do is put /ID number, afterward, your ID number, of course, and it is your replicated website. And that way, as you share that with people, you will get credit. So that is live as of yesterday, last night. It's also in your app. So know that and share that with people. It's really attracting clients. People love hearing this is the lowest price alternative funding capital that exists, or alternative funding pricing that exists, I should say. And so get after it. Get after it, get after it, get after it. Let the world know. If they can get bank rates, they should. But if they can't, or don't want to put up collateral, or don't have the time, that's the three reasons someone needs our Select Funding, right? They can't, or any of our funding. They don't have collateral to put up, or they don't want to, number one. Number two, they don't have the time to wait to get the money for a bank loan or an SBA loan, right? So they don't have the collateral, they don't have the time, or they simply can't get approved. Right? Those are the three reasons. We solve all of those. And with our Select Funding, don't think that if someone's got a 700 credit, they're going to go get a bank loan. They still need collateral, right? You still need to put that up. Now, you can get an SBA guaranteed loan where the government guarantees a loan, but the bank still is doing the approval with the government guarantee. And it's very, very difficult still, and it takes a long time. You usually need to pay someone fees to help you through it. It's like getting your taxes done at a CPA, and you run many businesses. It's a lot of paperwork, a lot of legwork. It's doable, but it's not what we do. We are doing alternative business funding, as you know. We help all the people who can't get approved or can't wait to get approved in all those. Now, we're getting $250,000 approval offers in hours. Literally, you can have someone apply, we get their bank statements, and we can have them an offer in 3-4 hours of $250,000, and they can get it that day. So not only is it the lowest price, it's the fastest funding available. It's unbelievable. Now, it's only for those who qualify for select pricing. We have standard funding. So if you look at the David Allen Capital website, if you click on select funding, it's now in the upper right-hand corner. It's up in the menu. We've moved the employee pay advances down into the footer off the main menu screen. And you can, of course, continue to direct people there. So pro tip, use it, share it, get the word out. It is a competitive advantage of every other revenue-based funder out there. Even if you're dealing directly with one of our other providers, we get the lowest pricing because they know they have to win the deal. If we send your application, your client's application, if we send it to let's just say 10 partners. All 10 of them already know DAC's model. They already know that Bank Breezy says, give us your best offer because we're going to take the best offer, present it to the client. We're not going to take your offer unless it's the best offer. So what do you think all 10 of those providers do? They give the best offer they're going to give. They don't waste time underwriting it, approving it, spending an hour looking at it, and then give us a bad price. They're going to spend all that time and then give us a good price. So if your client goes direct to one of our lenders, you're going to pay more than going through us because they don't have to give your client a great deal. You're going to them direct, right? But when you use our search mentality of Bank Breezy, when someone comes to us, what happens is the lender knows when we send it to them, they know we send it to many others too. So give us your best pricing. And if they win, they win. And they're okay with that model because we give them packages every single day to consider. Not many people who are in our space give people packages every day to consider. And we use all of them. They all win at different times. Isn't that amazing? So, but our premier pricing, our select funding for our premier pricing for premier candidates, that funding is, I mean, it's untouchable. The others are great, but those are higher risk clients, et cetera. They can't get approved for the premium pricing. But so if they don't, we still get them the best offer. That's our standard funding, right? But our premium funding, our select funding, come on, man. That's live and that's rolling, and we get now offers and quick. So I would lead with it. I would lead with that and let people know. We've got standard funding as well. It's like this. Mercedes, you can lease this brand new Mercedes for $475 with $3,000 down. Select leasing qualification program in small print. You got to have an 800 credit score, right? You got to have a job that's debt to income ratio is real low. You got to, not everyone's approved for that select pricing, but you can still get the Mercedes. You'll just pay more, right? We'll still get them funding. They just may have to pay more. But we want them to get the select pricing. So let's lead with it, share it, talk to it. So if you're not aware of it, it's on your website. It's simple. 3 simple things. Number 1, 3 years in business. Well, David, I thought we're talking about select funding. If they're not 3 years in business, they go to our standard funding. They're going to pay more. 3 years in business, number 1. Number 2, they're going to have to be doing $100,000 a month or more. Well, David, I thought that's standard funding, not select. And they can't have any bounce checks in the last 90 days. And they have to have a 700 FICO score. So 3 years in business, 100,000 a month, 700 FICO score. 3 years in business, 100,000 a month, 700 FICO score, and no NSFs in the last 90 days. Now, we've had clients come forward that match everything except they bounced checks last month. They're going to get a higher price. It's unfortunate. They're going to get higher pricing. They're a higher risk business, as you can imagine. So we'll still get them a great price. What is select pricing? I've already covered this, but I want to go through it again, then how to use it. At anywhere from 1.18 to 1.29 times what they get. They get 100 grand, they're paying back 118 to 129 instead of paying back 130 to 150. So our regular standard pricing is about 1.25 to 1.5. Okay. So, and very rarely is it below 1.3. If you can't get approved for the select, you're probably going to be at 1.3 or higher, right? 1.3 to 1.5. So, but this is, everything's under 1.3. Now, there are times when your commission is going to be restricted. If someone gets 1.18, and they're paying 1.18, you're not going to get full commission. You're probably going to get half commission. All right. So getting that pricing down to that, you think about it, they're giving, you're making full commission and they're only paying 1.18. They're only paying 18% and you're getting 8 of it. Obviously, the people lending the money got to make money, and your upline's got to make money, and we got to make money, and everyone's got to make money. So there's got to be a haircut in that pricing. So what we say is on select funding, assume it's going to be half commission. It could be a little higher, could be a little less. It's always rare, but just assume it's half commission. It's more often than not, it's going to be half commission or higher. Okay. But as is always the case, there's times I've got a client myself that I may end up only getting 40% commission. because we're trying to get them the best pricing it's ever even heard of, even lower than what I just mentioned. And so I would get paid less, and I'm okay with that. I mean, would you mind having a $250,000 client that you get half commission on instead of full commission, or a $600,000 client you get a third commission on rather than full commission? So I think everyone would rather have the client than not. So we don't go giving the money away. We don't determine the pricing. But we do have some influence. We can talk to them if we're willing to go below the standard commission and say, give us a haircut, take some of our commission away, make the deal better if that's what it's going to take. So there's times when the funding's large that we do that, of course, and it's common sense, right? But so it's live. It's already live. It's live now. Now, how do you lead with it? You got a new announcement. You got something to tell people. You go into your app and you select the new graphic that's got select funding, and you email it or text it to everybody you know that owns a business, because you now have a message for them. You have an announcement. Hey, I know you know I'm in funding. We just launched this brand new pricing. It's the lowest price funding available for select clients. Check it out. You have a reason now. This is called a reason to reach. A reason to reach back, a reason to follow up. Have you done that with everybody in your list yet? Now that the site's live, now that it's in your app, you should do it. There's not a business owner you know that shouldn't get this text by Saturday. It's Wednesday. In the next 2 days, you could go to every business owner in your thing and send them that, even if they already know about your funding. Tell them about it. All right. You got now the lowest pricing available in revenue-based funding. No, lowest price available. Send that out to them. Send them your replicated link. It's built right in, and then follow up. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. You have a reason, what to say, what to share. Let's roll. If you're leading with gig funding, hey, that's great. You'll get a lot of applications and you'll get a funding here and there, and you'll make your percentage on a reduced commission and you make some money. It's paid monthly. But it's just as easy to lead with the select funding. There's thousands of business owners out there. And even if someone's not eligible, if they go to our website and fill out select funding, just so you know how it works, if they answer questions in the application, and if they go to select funding, it goes to a separate applet. And if they answer their questions and they're not eligible, it says, we're regret to inform you, you're not eligible for select funding, but our standard funding may be a better fit for you. Continue here, and it continues them with the standard funding application. Okay. Now, just so you know, if they apply at the standard funding application, but they are eligible for select, we're going to take them to select. They don't have to apply at select to get select pricing. Okay, they don't have to. We in our system, we're already taking the select clients and sending them for select funding offers. Okay, so they don't have to apply at the select funding to get a select offer. But if they apply at select funding and they're not eligible, they're going to be moved over to continue in our standard funding application. Okay. Now, one other thing I'll have you know, if you go to our website, our regular business capital, not our select funding yet, but if you go to our regular business capital, in fact, I'm just going to do it. Let me share my screen. Is my screen being shared with you? Yes, it is. So let's go to David Allen Capital. Let's just open this up real quick. Let me make this screen full size. You see that there, right? Now let's go to business. You see select funding there on the right. If we go to business funding, you'll notice now, if you click apply now at business funding, it doesn't take you into Bank Breezy anymore. It takes you into, this is the first time I've loaded on this page. That's why it took a minute. You're still in DAC. It's the exact same stuff, but you're still in DAC. We did this because we were seeing fall off. People were leaving when they got to this point. So now they still fill it out here, and it's got a little Bank Breezy thing there. And as you fill this out, the next screen, you'll see it's got joint logo, Bank Breezy and DAC. So we've now housed the application starting right here. It's still housed in DAC now, rather than being housed in, rather than going to Bank Breezy. However, if you're on select funding and you click on apply, this is what it looks like, the select funding. By the way, we're updating these graphics. These are on our regular pages, but for sake of time, we use the same graphics, but these are going to be updated to be more of a larger business, etc. That'll be done next week. But if you apply for select funding, it is going to take you into Bank Breezy, and then they can continue their information here. So eventually this will also be housed in the DAC site. Okay, so let me stop share. So isn't that neat? So just so you know, those are improvements. I'm done for today. Lead with it. You have a reason to reach back to every client you've ever talked to about Business Capital and let them know your new reason for reaching out is we just launched a new program called Select Funding. It is approval, offers, and funding within one business day. It is the lowest price in the industry, 1.18 to 1.29 times the funded amount. And you can get an offer as soon as they upload everything within a few hours of getting everything uploaded. It's that quick during business hours, of course. All right. Any questions about anything?
I don't see any hands up, but I do just want to say, because I had 3 questions in the chat. There's nothing that you need to do to get this website. You just attach your agent ID on the end of the link that he gave. davidallencapital.com/select-funding/your ID number. You don't need to activate that in any way. It's already active for you.
Yep. That's it. Thank you, Morgan. So just add your ID number to the end after the backslash. I just put it in the chat box in case you've got it. So now, hey, I did a group call with some people last night. Hopefully you took what we talked about on Monday and are already doing it, because it works and it's growing and it's adding more and more people. And if you do what we talked about Monday, eventually you'll have a bunch of small groups. And don't forget, the app is live and there's a great competition. June's coming to an end, and for the sharing competition, the numbers are heating up. People making a run for going to the top. So get in there and use that app, share that app. And I know this is not, this is funding, but there's a new social graphic just put up into the app. I just shared it on my Facebook wall. It's for recruiting business owners who you're going to use them earning a commission on their own payment processing as a way to recruit them. I know not everyone wants to do that, but for some people, you're going to use it. I'm doing it with certain people that have got large payment processing and they're not open to just switching, but they may be open to earning a commission on their own processing and becoming an agent. So it's now one of the social sharing graphics. If you want to send it to anyone you know, you would obviously get paid differently. They're on your first level instead of, it's not your personal customer, it's a customer of someone on your first level. But I'm sending it to network marketing company owners. Hey, how'd you like to get paid a commission on your own processing? Large processing customers, why not? I'd rather have a first level revenue than no revenue at all. Obviously, be selective in who you share that with, but that is a potential way of referring people for payment processing. God bless you all. Have a great day. Let's rock and roll. Anthony said, I love the app. Thank you, Anthony.